Sometimes, the greatest enemy you'll ever face isn't another person, it isn't failure, it isn't your circumstances. The greatest enemy is the voice inside your own mind, the voice that quietly whispers, wait a little longer, it's not the right time. What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? And without even realizing it, you've listened to that voice for years, so long, that it started sounding like the truth. But what if everything you've believed about your limits was nothing more than a story you've repeated until it became your reality? Close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Now picture two different versions of your future. The first version looks exactly like you do today. The same fears, the same excuses, the same dreams, still waiting, still unfinished. Now look at the second version. There's something different. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. There's confidence in your eyes, peace in your heart, purpose in every step you take. Now ask yourself, which version will become your future? The answer isn't hiding 5 years from now. It's hidden inside the decision you make today. Most people believe success begins with one huge breakthrough. It doesn't. Success begins with one small decision. A decision nobody applauds, nobody notices, nobody celebrates. Waking up earlier, reading one more page, choosing discipline instead of excuses, taking one small step when nobody expects you to. Those tiny decisions create extraordinary lives. Here's where most people get it wrong. They keep waiting for motivation. But motivation is temporary. Some mornings, you'll feel unstoppable. Other mornings, you'll struggle just to get out of bed. If you only move when you feel motivated, you'll never reach your potential. Because your future isn't built by motivation. It's built by discipline. Discipline means showing up, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress feels invisible, even when nobody believes in you. Think about every person you've ever admired. Do you really believe they never felt fear, never doubted themselves, never wanted to quit? Of course they did. The difference was never talent. The difference was one decision. They refused to let fear make the final choice. If you've made it this far, that means something inside you is still fighting. So take 1 second, hit the like button, subscribe to MOTIVRA, because this isn't just another motivation channel. This is where stronger minds are built. Now, let's keep going, because the most important lesson is still waiting. Pain isn't always your enemy. Sometimes pain arrives to build the version of you that comfort never could. Every failure teaches a lesson. Every obstacle builds resilience. Every time you get back up, you're becoming someone your future self will thank you for. The world will never see the silent nights, the hidden tears, the lonely mornings, the battles you fought without anyone cheering for you. But those invisible moments are exactly where greatness is born. Never underestimate what you're becoming in the seasons nobody notices. Sometimes life takes everything away. Your plans, your confidence, your peace, even your belief in yourself. And in those moments, it feels like there's nothing left to hold on to. But here's the truth. Life isn't testing whether you're strong enough. Life is revealing the strength that has been inside you all along. Sometimes you have to walk through darkness to discover that the light you've been searching for has always lived within you. Remember this: a tree doesn't become strong The day it bears fruit, it becomes strong. During the years, its roots grow unseen. You're no different. If nobody notices your effort today, keep going. If nobody applauds your progress, keep going. If the results haven't appeared yet, keep going. Maybe right now, you're growing roots strong enough to survive storms that haven't even arrived yet. Most people quit just a few steps before their breakthrough. Not because they're weak, but because they believe nothing is changing. What they don't realize is that the biggest transformations always happen in silence. On the days nobody believes in you. On the mornings you don't feel motivated. On the nights when giving up seems easier than taking one more step, and yet you keep moving. Ask yourself one question. If fear didn't exist, if failure was only feedback, if nobody could judge you, what would you start today? Now here's the challenge. Start it. Not next month, not next year, not when life feels easier. Today. Because confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence is created by action. Every step you take teaches your mind that you're capable of more than you believed yesterday. Little by little, the voice of fear becomes quieter. Not because it disappears, but because your voice becomes stronger. From this moment forward, stop negotiating with fear. Stop making deals with excuses. Stop abandoning your own potential. Stand up, take a deep breath, and take one more step. You don't need to see the entire road. You only need the courage to see the next step, because the path always reveals itself to those who are willing to walk it. One day, you'll look back at every sleepless night, every rejection, every setback, every moment you almost gave up, and you'll smile. Not because the pain disappeared, but because you'll finally understand that your struggle were shaping the person you were always meant to become. So from this day on, stop asking, "Can I do this?" Start asking, "What's my next step?" Then take it immediately, because that single step may become the beginning of the life you've been dreaming about. If this message inspired you, don't let it end here. Hit the like button, subscribe to MOTIVRA, share this video with someone who needs to hear these words today. And before you leave, write this in the comments. Today, I choose progress over fear. Not for us, for yourself. Because every time you read those words again, you'll remember the day you stopped waiting and started becoming. Stronger than yesterday, braver than today, ready to build the future you deserve. This is MOTIVRA. We don't just create motivation. We build minds that refuse to quit. Build your mind. Rewrite your future. We'll see you in the next journey. Keep moving. Always.